fire, death, destruction, and epic slow motion walkouts. This is Frontline. Let's see what it's all about. What is up, guys? It's Dan Was here, and today we're going to be doing an expedition guide on Frontline. So let's see what tips, tricks we can give you to get that CT 15 gold. So the first thing you can expect when you head through the heavy iron doors is a few people trying to bum rush you from the right hand side. So these are, I believe, they use melee or shotguns, so they're going to be trying to get up close to you. So you just need to get out there, go to the right, and shoot them down nice and quick. Once you have dealt with them, just keep going to the right hand side. This is going to be the area that they are going to be spawning in initially. So you're going to get a couple of elites spawn here. So you've got your ironclads, but then you've got your cremators as well, and then plenty of riflemen and also the melee characters as well that are going to be coming after you for you to deal with. Dealing with these enemies, I'd say, is quite simple really, playing solo or as a team. Just try and shoot them as they are actually, I guess, spawning or jumping over the walls, coming through the doorways. Getting them nice and early will be the best plan of action here. Then you're going to want to look to the left side of the map once that is done. As you can see, they are then spawning on this left side here, jumping over the walls. And you will find them coming through the bunker doors as well. So again, try and get them as fast as possible as they're coming through the doors. They're not going to be shooting you, so you're going to want to try and take advantage of that vulnerability. Now, once you've taken out the initial spawn of enemies on the left-hand side, you'll then start seeing more enemies coming in from the central bunker and from the right-hand side again. So you need to sort of keep switching sides with this one. So as you've killed the one side, one set of spawn, you'll then want to move across onto the next spawn on the opposite side of the map. And just keep sort of flipping each time with this as well. So that's something you need to be aware of, that you are going to be moving around quite a lot with this one. So if you are going for those speed runs, you're going to need to make sure that you can position yourself in the best place, or have something like the Trickster mod Hunt the Prey, so you can sort of jump from side to side. And as you can see from here, once you've done that a couple of times, I believe it's 3 times, you will then get the air raid siren, and that will be when some artillery support will come in and take out the enemies spawning for you, and you move on to the next section. Let's just have a quick look at the map as a whole. So we'll go through a couple of screenshots here, so you can see the spawn points of the enemies on the right hand side, and then we've got the spawn points on the left hand side, as well as the main bunker as well, is where they'll come out of through those doors. I won't mark them because they're obvious. And then we've got at the back there, you can see an enemy there, that's where he has jumped over the wall, and then a nice overview of the entire map. Moving through into the next section, again, I find sticking to the right is the best. You get the most cover, and you do get bum rushed by a couple of enemies, so taking them out before they get to you, obviously the best thing to do. Jumping up to the top, depending on what class you're playing as, you may have to run up there, but I always keep to the right hand side, take out the elites as fast as possible. You are going to get bum rushed as well, so just keep an eye on that mini map just to make sure there's not too many getting too close to you. So there isn't really too much to say about this section, other than that you are going to be against quite a lot of captains. There's going to be, I believe there's a Vanguard captain as well there, and some ironclad as well. So it's all about trying to use the minimal cover that there is. So using the truck at the top, I think, is the best way to do it, because they're going to have to come up to you around the truck. You can be there laying in wait for them. And then just trying to take out the elites sort of one by one as well. So there's not much cover on this one, so you are going to be probably moving around quite a bit when you are down the bottom. but hopefully at that point you're only taking out the stragglers. As annoying and as difficult as this part of the map is due to the lack of the cover, really. I mean, you can see there's quite a few bits of cover, but you're going to have a lot of people shooting from above. You're going to have people behind you as well. So there's a lack of cover, but it's still a beautiful part of the map. I mean, just look at that. Now, moving on to some more big heavy iron doors. So through here, best solution really is if you're playing as a team, split off into different lanes. If you're playing solo, pick a lane and just go with it. It's not a big section. You're going to want to just run through it, kill the enemies that you can, and then once you've killed them, move round either to the left or right, depending which way you went before, and just finish off those enemies that are on the other lane. Thankfully, with this section, you're not going to be inundated with elites. There's going to be 2 that you need to take care of, and there's 1 per lane. So, like I say, you're not going to get overrun. Just kill them as and when you can, taking out all of the smaller little boys as well, and just you take your time with this section. You don't need to rush it really. Now with the final section, there's not really much to say about this, as it's all about getting rid of Moloch as quick as possible really. So the best way to do that is, if you are playing as a team, have at least 1 debuff Pyro or a debuff Devastator, and then other players are playing as, say, a Trickster with high damage or Techno high damage. You're going to struggle with the Techno to hit the crit spot because it is actually on his back, but if you're playing as the Trickster, the best way to do it, get behind him. So as you can see here, I'm actually shooting from the front to start. It's probably not the best tactic really. I'm only playing CT 13 just to get the video sorted really. But with that, what I probably have done is shot him from the front initially, and then teleport behind him once my ammo has run out, depending on which setup I'm playing as. With this one, I was using the mod that allows Time Rift to not use up ammo. So with that, I probably would just teleport behind him straight away usually. But like I say, with this one, I was doing it on a lower tier just to get the video recorded nice and easily. And then it's just a case of mopping up any remaining enemies. So once you've pushed up towards Moloch, you got the door behind him will open, and you do get an elite or 2, I believe, that come from there. And then as you're fighting him, you'll have riflemen spawning as well. But the faster you kill him, the less enemies you will have to fight. So if you kill him before the enemies actually spawn, you'll only then get 1 set of enemies spawning. So that will make your job a lot easier, a lot quicker as well. It's just all dependent on if you can kill Moloch as fast as possible really. He is a pain, so if you don't kill him straight away and you are in trouble and he tries to run away, he will teleport pretty much on you. He'll use an area of effect attack. He deals quite a lot of damage, so he can be difficult. So my main advice here really, take him out first and as soon as possible really. And that is basically it for Frontline. It is quite a simple map to run really. It's pretty straightforward. Personally, I'd say keep to the right hand side as much as possible when you're playing it. That's where the first enemies will spawn most of the time, and where most of the cover will be. I've said it about Stargrave as well, about the aesthetics. I quite like the aesthetics on this map as well. It's a beautiful looking map with all the fire going on in the background, the different lighting. The lighting engine in this game is actually quite pretty. You'll see it in other maps as well, especially the next expedition guide that we're going to do, which will be Heart of the Wild. I quite enjoy the different lighting effects that you have on there as it gets dark, etc. But with this one, I think the browns going with the oranges, the flames, the fire in there, it's beautiful. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video, and hopefully you'll enjoy future videos to come as well. So as always, if you enjoyed what you have seen today, please hit that thumbs up button. If you've absolutely hated it, thumbs down as well. Leave us a comment as to why you enjoyed it or as to why you hated it. And please subscribe if you want to see more, and hit that notification bell if you want to be the first person to see the new content as it arrives. Thank you, and as always, enjoy.